So which process is the most promising process to test and find out which message resonates with your audience and how you should package and promote your products or services so that you win high quality leads and clients? That's what I'm going to show you in this video, because if you don't get your testing process right and you just test like throwing spaghetti at the wall with the hope that something sticks, you will never get your marketing right and generate leads profitably. So what you need to achieve is you need to make sure that you find out systematically which content really works. Instead of just trying out random content, creating random videos, posting random content on social media, etc. This will just make you very, very busy, and it costs a lot of time and money if you run paid ads without getting you any results. And the worst part is, at a certain time, you will look at all the data you've generated, the impressions, the click-through rate, the view rate, the hook rate, the conversion rate on your landing page, and all this data, but you won't get any smarter. What will just happen? You will just get more confused. And all that is because you don't have a well-defined testing process. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the two most powerful and simplest tests that you can run today if you want to find out how to make your sales funnel work profitably and generate high quality leads. So let's jump right into it. Okay, before I show you the two simple ad tests that you can run to build a profitable automated sales system, let me tell you how I figured this out. I enrolled in a program that was 3 or 4 years ago. And in this program, I learned how to run some kinds of tests. And there were so many tests, actually I think it was 21 tests, that I should run, and I ran them. And I got so much data, I collected really a lot of data. I spent over 3,000 euros on just the tests and 7,000 euros on the program. But I just got so confused that I literally had no idea what works and what doesn't. I had so many things that I tested and so much data that I had no idea what should I do with all this data. So honestly, these tests were exciting, they were interesting, but they didn't have an impact on my marketing. So what I'm going to show you in this video is two high impact tests that really make a difference, that really show you what you need to communicate and how to promote your products or services and collect data systematically that really helps you make proper data-backed decisions. So let me show you the first test. The first test is called microtests. And microtests are a very specific and effective set of tests, typically 3 tests, as you can see here, first test, second test, third test. And with these tests, you figure out how you should position your product or service in the marketplace, because positioning means that you package your offer in a way that your potential clients see your offer or your service or product or your lead magnet or whatever you promote as a solution to their problems. Because only if you are solving a real problem and if you show that you understand the problem better than your potential clients do, then and only then will you get clicks, leads, calls, and clients. Because nobody will buy from you because of who you are and what you do and how many people you have on your team and for how long you exist. People buy because they want to get value. They want to get more value than they pay money. And value means either you help them fulfill a desire or you help them solve a problem. And that's exactly what we are going to do and test with microtests. So first of all, you test problems. You list the problems and you just measure 2 KPIs, the click-through rate and the cost per click. You set up an engagement or traffic campaign and you run this campaign not to get conversions. That's what most Facebook media buyers will tell you. Never run campaigns if you don't want to optimize for leads. Don't run traffic campaigns or engagement campaigns. Well, this is true if you want to get leads. But to get leads, first you need to find out how you should promote your products and services, how you should position your offer. And that's what you do with these microtests. So you test each problem statement, okay? And whenever you see there is a KPI within the benchmark that is defined by this and that value, you know that you have a statement that really resonates with your audience. And that's how you collect a lot of problem statements to figure out with small survey-like ads, right? You literally just put these statements on an ad and you just run it with 400 impressions, and then you just measure the click-through rate and the cost per click. And when you find one where both values are green, then you found something that should become the hook of your ad, because this is what catches the attention of your target clients. Okay, and then you do the same with the solution statements. You list different desired solutions you can provide with your products or services, and you run the same type of test. Just put this image on an ad. It's just an image ad, statement on the image ad, and then you measure again the click-through rate and the cost per click with the same KPIs. When you have a double green statement, it means this statement is definitely strong enough because this is something your target clients really want. And then there is the third test. This is the transformation statement, which is basically you take the best problem and the desired solution and you combine them. You basically show people the transformation they can get. Typically, that's not working so well because, well, when people get hooked with a problem, you show them the solution. It doesn't always mean they accept the solution. That's why you need education in your funnel, right? That's what I'm going to show you next. But when you have one statement that is green, I would definitely focus on this transformation and then expand my funnel to communicate this transformation a lot more appealing by talking about the problem, then introducing your offer as the solution to the problem, and then talking about additional benefits that help get this transformation. And then the next step offer, which is a call to action to showing people how they can start. So that's the first test I would always run to figure out and test systematically and with a very data-driven approach what resonates with your target clients. And based on these insights, you can run the next test that I'm going to show you right now. Good, the next test is the offer test. And if you remember, we talked about the problems before and the desired solutions. And the offer test basically helps you understand how you can build the bridge, right? The steps you offer, your products or services that turn the problem into the solution for your clients. But it doesn't just mean that this transformation has to work from your perspective. It also means that your target clients accept this offer as the solution, that they see you understand their problem and they see you have a solution they really want, and that they believe that the steps you are going to share with them when you communicate your offer are really helping them turn the problems into the solution. And that's what is called the offer test. So basically the offer test means you now start running lead campaigns on Meta. And with the lead campaigns, you have a specific structure in your ad, which typically starts by the problem. Okay, one of the problems you've tested here. And then you communicate your offer, but you need to communicate your offer in just one sentence. Okay, it must be so clear so that clients really understand how this problem can be solved by this offer. Okay, and then you have, for example, you have additional proof if you have case studies. Then you have additional benefits. So other benefits, for example, other sub-solutions people want because you tested it in the microtests. You also communicate those. And then you have the next step offer, next offer. Okay, and that brings them to a form, and this form has some qualifying questions, so you filter out the wrong people and only report the right people back as a conversion to the algorithm. Okay, and that trains the algorithm to target the right people for you already while you are running your tests. And when you run these tests, for example, for different niches, right? This is an example that I'm showing you here. I ran some tests for targeting AI automation agencies, for medical agencies, for general marketing agencies and software agencies. And this test already shows you that when you go general, not specific, you will always pay the highest price per lead, because it doesn't resonate so well when you have a general offer compared to having an offer for a specific audience. And that's what we did here, right? This definitely is the best offer because it has the cheapest cost per qualified lead, okay? You want to make sure that you don't just count leads, you need to count qualified leads. That's why you need to have this gatekeeper here in the form with questions and conditional logic to filter out the wrong people and only count the right people as a qualified lead. And this is also okay, but this is way better. So I would now build my funnel based on this offer here that has the highest priority and expand my funnel based on this value proposition. Value proposition means problem, offer, proof, additional benefits, next step offer. Okay, these are the 5 steps you communicate that I showed you here that are perceived as the bridge that turn the problem into the solution. And this will save you a lot of money. It will save you thousands of dollars with testing, right? You see, I just spent, I think it was here, 1,200 euros to figure out my best offer and already got 10 leads, qualified leads that I can call, that I can work with, that I can like qualify on the phone and eventually, yeah, if they are a good fit, sell them my offer and make money and get my ad spend back, right? If I'm selling an offer, for example, for 3,000 euros or dollars and I spend 1,200, this one sale, which is very realistic if you get 10 leads, will pay your ad spend for the testing process back at a minimum of 1 or even 2 times. That means you get all these insights for free because you make money while learning how to sell and convert these leads into paying clients. Right, so these are the 2 most important tests that I recommend you run right now because, well, without these insights, you won't be able to make your marketing profitable. So if you are looking for more information on how to build a profitable automated sales funnel, starting with these 2 tests and then expand your funnel, for example, an MVP funnel, which is the fastest way to get 2 to 5 high quality sales calls per week, then below this video, there is a link. You can check out how you can build this with an AI funnel builder that walks you step by step through all the processes, and it also generates all the content. So you don't have to think about what are the problems and the desired solutions and which offer you should create. This tool generates everything for you, and then you can just focus on the implementation. And you get expert support if you want. But yeah, I digress. This video is not about the offer, just in case you are an action taker and you really want to get it right and generate high quality leads and clients very soon, in 14 to 30 days from now, then yes, you find a start below this video. If you found you got some value, you now know what to test and what you should stop doing because it just wastes your time and your money and your energy, I would appreciate if you give me a like and subscribe. I'm going to release more of these videos helping you grow faster, more profitably and with less work thanks to the power of systems, automation and AI. Looking forward to the next video. Cheers and happy scaling.